Hey, turn it on. The first one up.
Okay.
Turn it back down. The second one.
Okay.
I'll turn the Bluetooth one up. See if that does something.
12.
Well, it's not giving me no. All right, don't worry about it. We're just gonna get right in and
Okay.
just let me check check Facebook. See if we got audio. Mic test. All right, we got audio on Facebook. Check YouTube.
Okay. YouTube is swab, sir.
YouTube to walk. All right, no sweat. We're gonna get started with our music. Shalom, Israel. This is an Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and we are led by the amazing, commanding General YAHANNA. This is I.S.U.P.K Houston Tuesday Brotherhood class. So that's what we're gonna get into, Brotherhood. The title of this class is called Band of Brothers. Because one thing that we have to do, that we have to band together again, you know what I'm saying, and be brothers again. So that way Christ can, come back on this earth and reign, and we can reign with him. All right. But one thing that keeps us away from banding together is our enemy's tactics or our oppressors' tactics to keep us separate. You know what I'm saying? And that's through many different subtle things, you know what I'm saying? Just to name a couple, separating the family, depriving us from necessary resources. What else? Even skin tone, like separating, like light skin versus dark skin. Like that Willie Lynch letter, like that really was one of a devastating war tactic against us. You know what I'm saying? And that's generational. If you don't know what the Willie Lynch letter is, it was a letter written by a slaver that went around and he taught other slave masters how to manage their slaves and get their slaves to get them to do what the slave master wanted them to do. And one of the things was to separate them as far as, like I said, skin color, beauty, or body wise, like strength or whatever it may be. So they punished a lot of them. They showed favoritism to a lot of them, to the others, which made us start to resent each other. Like you can see it evident today. Like we always have light skin and dark skin jokes amongst each other now. All right, and that's one of the things that keep us from joining back together. Because before then, like we didn't know nothing about light skin, dark skin. That's a light skin issue, or that's a dark skin problem, or light skin people do this, or dark skin people do that. We never had that division in our nation before until we got enslaved. So that was one of the tactics that they used to divide us. The other one was Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Christianity teaches us to, pretty much hate our own but love everybody else. And that turns into what? Stockholm syndrome. All right. So we're gonna get into these scriptures, man, and we're gonna show you what the Lord thinks about unity and about what it means for him for us to be back a nation again. All right, I'm gonna start off with Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 25, verse 1. Somebody can read that for me.
Salakia, Khan out of one Khan, Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 1. In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men: the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
All right, these are the three things that stood both beautiful both before God and men. So these three things, you know, the Most High enjoys. It puts a smile on the Most High's face when these three things are happening. You know what I'm saying? With his nation, his chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right, so the first one says the unity of brethren. You know what I'm saying? That unity of brethren is a vital part, or I like to call it the glue to our nation. You know what I'm saying? Because unity means that we love each other, we all on the same accord, and we look out for each other. Like, if you ever seen like a colony of ants, do you think they're unified or no? A colony of ants are very unified to the point to where well, y'all probably can't see these lions on the table on the screen, but just imagine just from my hands, you know, right here. If it's a pile of ants right here, they're gonna unify together to build a bridge to get to my other hand with nothing in the middle. They're gonna build a bridge. They're gonna unify to get to, you know, if it's some food or whatever type of resource, another place to build a house or whatever. They're gonna unify and build a bridge with themselves to get to my other hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of unity we need to get back to as a nation. Because when we get back to that type of unity, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord is with us. Like, we can accomplish anything. All right. Like, even in war, you know what I'm saying? It didn't take 100,000 soldiers to defeat our enemies. In some cases, it was only 2,000, 3,000, or even hundreds. But we were unified together with the same thing, with the same mind, one accord, to get things carried out. And that's by following the laws, statutes, and commandments. That is our glue, the law, statutes, and commandments. If we don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments, it's evident throughout the whole Bible. When we don't follow these things, that we fall by the wayside. We get punished. We get sent into slavery. We die, or we get slaughtered. We get unalived. You know, we suffer when we don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments. All right. It says the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors. Again, who are your neighbors? Anybody know?
That's what they say. Your brothers.
Your brothers. So is it like your literal next door neighbor? Why not?
Well, the neighbor could be your brother, but in general, it means your brothers.
Right. You know, because your neighbor, your literal neighbor on your right hand side can be an Israelite, but your neighbor on this side can be a heathen. It can be a Moabite or an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? So that means that, you know, if you took the word neighbor and use it in a Christian term, in a Christian mindset, that means these are my neighbors. I'm supposed to love both of them the same way, equally. But in the scriptures, in the Bible, your neighbors are your family, your kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. All right. So your neighbor is, if you're a Judite or a black person, your neighbor is a Jamaican. Your neighbor is a Mexican or Israelite. Your neighbor is a Zebulonite or Ephraimite, or which is a Puerto Rican. Vice versa. If you're a Haitian, your neighbor are Jamaicans. Your neighbor are what we call them Reubenites. Your neighbors are Gadites, Native Indians. Those who your neighbors are. It's not talking about, your literal neighbor, because you might stay in a predominantly white neighborhood. So all your neighbors around you might be white. And the scripture is not saying to love them, your neighbors. That's why, the Christian church has taught our people that, love your neighbor, love, 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 love. You know what I'm saying? And when they don't equate this word with action, it's all about verbiage. Oh, I love my neighbors. I love people that are around me. That your neighbor on this side, like I say, he might be a heathen. Okay, yeah, y'all go to the baseball game together. He might invite you to his little barbecue in his backyard with the unseasoned meat. He might do all that, and he might do all those things. But that is not the person that the Lord says to love. That is not your neighbor. Your neighbor is, if you was if we was back in our nation, like in Israel, like back then, your neighbor would be Israelites. And if you was in Jerusalem, your neighbors would be whatever land is geographically next to Jerusalem, which is a Israelite city or territory. All right, and it says a man and a wife that agree together. What does that mean? Anybody?
So like I said, that regardless of the situation, they might have the disagreements, but they still abide with love and understanding. That at the end of the day, they put the stuff to the side.
Yes. But a man and a wife that agree together also means, following the law, statutes, commandments, following the Israelite culture.
Okay.
She's being a loving and submissive wife. You're being a loving husband. You're being a loving and protective husband. Now, I'm not going to say provider because, the Christian church took that word provider means that you have to do everything, what I'm saying? You got to buy this, you got to buy that, you got to pay for this, you got to provide everything, and she does nothing. Now, if you got it like that, Most High in Christ. But that word provider doesn't mean that. All right. So a man and a wife that agree together, that's talking about, you following the law, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? As a husband, you're teaching your wife, the law, statutes, commandments, and she breaks it down to the children and teach the children. So you're all living on the same thing. So when, things are passed down, your children will live how you live because you taught them. All right. And these days, what I'm saying, like I said, like one of those tactics was to separate the man and the woman, what I'm saying, in our nation. Like right now, like we probably have the highest number of or highest percentage of single parent homes, at least in America. What I'm saying? Because all the systematic strategies that they put together against us. Like with welfare, like WIC and food stamps and stuff like that. A lot of our women are on these programs, and with these programs, they can't have a man in the house. On housing, like housing, some people are paying $5 a month on rent. You know what I'm saying? Through this program, but according to the state, there's no man in the house. So just imagine, you have a wife, or well, in the world you have a girlfriend, y'all have a child together, and she apply for these programs, and they were like, well, Miss Keisha Johnson, yeah, we'll give you all the assistance that you need. Got a man in the house. What's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? She gonna say no. No, I don't have a man in the house. Well, you make sure you keep it like that, because if we come knock on the door and do an evaluation, and we find a pair of size 12 Air Jordans in the living room somewhere, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have an issue, because there's no man is supposed to live in this house that we're paying for. So guess what? Now your girlfriend or rib or whatever you want to call them, now she gonna say, I don't think this gonna work. You got to get out. You got to move. All types of problems gonna happen now, like all arguments and all types of things. Why? Because you're not, in a Christian terms, you're not providing for her anymore. The government is. So what use does she have for you now? They're making sure the kids are getting fed. They're making sure that she has a roof over her head, not you. So now when she signed that paperwork, you got to go. And she don't want to jeopardize, them coming over there doing the evaluation and find you there, and then she gets taken off of housing. All right. Drop that and give me 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. Got it?
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Read that again.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Okay, it said, if a man say he loved God and hated his brother, he lying. So you say you love the Lord. Oh, I love God. You in church with a 3-piece suit on every Sunday. You holding your hands up. You doing all that hooping and hollering. You tap dancing every Sunday. You on the deacon board. You on the men's choir, the men's board, and all that stuff. You say you love you some God, huh? But you hate your brother. And again, we ain't talking about your blood brother. We talking about that dude that you see at the corner store that asks you for change every now and then. We talking about that brother that don't have as many degrees as you, or don't have the type of job that you have, or don't make the type of money that you make, or or the fraternity that you in, or the colors that you wear. You hate those people, and that's one of the things right now, like in our nation now. Like we have different fraternities that they have beef with each other to an extent. Then you have gangs. You in a gang that wears a certain color, like red or blue, or black or green. And in certain cities, it's so crazy to where, like, Kamar, if we was brothers or we was best friends, it don't matter. If we was best friends or we was cousins or something, I stayed on this block, you stayed on the next block behind me. I ended up joining the gang or the clique on my street, and you ended up joining the gang and click on your street, we're no longer cousins or brothers or best friends anymore. So if you see me, you gotta fight me or unalive me, and vice versa with me. We go to the same school, but I can't be caught on your street. I can't go to your house and play PlayStation no more and eat your mama food. You can't come to my house and play my game and eat my mama food. Why? Because we done joined something that lacks brotherhood, that lacks unity. You got something? Okay. So that unity of brethren is very key. All right. So it says, when it says you love the Lord but you hate your brother, you are a liar. You can't love the Lord and then hate the person that asks you for change when you sitting at the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or something. You can't hate that brother. You can't hate that brother that made good for himself. Because that happens a lot too. You know, we all grew up in the hood, and you know, somebody make it out, and either they got a great job, or they got a NFL or NBA contract, and they got some money now, and now you hate them. Like I think it's a movie. I think it was like one of them Creed movies, to where the brother, he made it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they were best friends. You know, one of them ended up going to jail, spending a lot of time in jail, and the other one excelled to be a champion boxer, making millions of dollars. So when the brother get out, you took my life, I supposed to, be in that situation. And resentment comes. So now you hate him for being successful versus, you know what I'm saying, and you expect him to, pay you off or split his success down the middle with you because you my best friend, that's supposed to be me. Or I did this for you, I did that for you. I mean, if that's your real brother, of course he gonna help you. But you throw it in his face that you gotta remind people, like say for instance, like somebody that makes it in the NBA or NFL, whatever it is, sports, and they make $1 million. Family members and friends come out of nowhere. They just come out the woodwork. They come out the blue. Yeah, man, I was the one that taught you how to ride a bike. Oh, I was the one that put the basketball in your hand. Oh, I was the one that helped you did your homework. Oh, I was the one that did this. They try to remind you of the stuff they did for you, so that now they can get stuff from you now. Like we no longer family now. Now you got to remind me of what you did for me out of love. So now I got to show love back. It's not you still my family member. It was a story on Ray Allen. How it's like how people change. A lot of people say when people get money, they change, but then sometimes it seems like the people around you change. All right, so like this story, it was on ESPN. This was like some years ago. Ray Allen, of course, he was an NBA basketball player, NBA star, and he making millions of dollars. So his family, they for years before he even came to the millions, his family got together and celebrated Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever. They all, in the world you celebrate everything. So they were celebrating Thanksgiving. So all these years before he was an NBA star, he's regular Ray Allen. We all family and blah blah this and blah blah that. But when he became an NBA star, like people started to resent him. Why? Because like sometimes like you're put on a pedestal at that time. So they was shooting video, at his house or whatever. So they having Thanksgiving. His mom cooked everything. I think his mom and his aunt or his grandmother cooked all the food. So, Ray Allen, he just came off the road from a game. So he's tired. He's still asleep. The whole family's downstairs, ready to eat. The food's done and everything. So his mom was like, ain't nobody eating until Ray get up. So, all the uncles and the cousins, they look like, we gotta wait till he get up. Like, what you mean? He the one that paid for all the food and he did this. But all the years when he was a little boy, like we ate at a certain time and we ate, you know what I'm saying? And whoever was asleep, they just gonna eat when they wake up. But now since we got all this money, you know what I'm saying? Now, oh, well, we're gonna have to wait on him. So now his mother done made the other family members start to resent him because, he's making all this money, so now people, he done changed. He think he higher than mine. He think he better than the family, or he think he better than his brother or his best friend. Like resentment comes, like especially with money. Like you can be best friends with somebody. Y'all done been through the trenches together. Y'all done shared a 99-cent hamburger together. Y'all done went to Popeyes and got a 2-piece and y'all one ate the leg, one ate the thigh. But as soon as one of y'all get some money, things gonna change. Like if you don't break me off half, like if you won $100 million and you don't give me 50 million, it's a problem. Now I hate you because you know what I'm saying? We done been through all this. Now you think you got some money, and it's all in the head. You probably ain't gave the person an opportunity to give you anything. All right. Where we at? 1 John 4:20. Keep reading.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
There it is right there. So now you in church talking about you love God. You listen to these B flat major chords and D minor chords. I love you, and you in them, crying and talking about you love the Lord. But how can you love the Lord like that for somebody you never seen before? But then you hate somebody. What did it say?
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
So how you gonna love God if who you haven't seen, you know what I'm saying, but you don't love your brother that you see? You don't, and love is action. You know what I'm saying? Love is not no emotional thing. All right, love is action. Love is correcting your brother. Love is looking out for him. Love is making sure that he don't sin. Holding him accountable. Holding each other accountable. A man wouldn't want his brother to walk off a cliff. You're gonna say, hey bro, hold on. No, hey, don't go that way. There's a cliff right there. If you fall, you're gonna lose your life. But in our society, man, we watch people get hooked on drugs and everything. We don't say nothing to them. All we do is pull out our phones and our cameras and we record them and have them do dumb stuff for $1. That's not love. Hey man, you got some change on? Yeah, I got some change, man. Yeah, go and eat this hot chip, the hottest chip in the world. Or go and stand on them crates. Do the crate challenge, from a few months ago. Yeah, I give you $1 if you go and walk up them crates up and down without falling, knowing he can potentially hurt himself or even fatally, something happens, that's not love. All right. Drop that and give me 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So this is how we know we love God, by keeping his commandments. And one of the commandments, that every Christian knows, that's in the 10 Commandments, is to love thy neighbor. You can't love your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You can't love your neighbor if you watching him get hooked on crack. Or you can't love your neighbor if you resent or covet his possessions. Yeah, your brother he got an NBA contract. You can't covet what he has. That's not love. All right. And it says, and his commandments are not grievous. So following the Lord's law, statutes, commandments it's not grievous. Grievous means like hard to do. It's not hard to do this. We just choose not to. It's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? Like when people find out, it's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments that we follow. Oh, it's 600. That's too much, man. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? But you follow every law at work. You don't have no problem doing that. But it's not grievous to follow. And some of them we follow not even knowing. So, and all these laws don't apply to you personally. Because it's some laws that's strictly for women, or strictly for farmers, or strictly for businessmen. All right. Give me Zephaniah 2:1.
What was the book, sir?
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah. Gather together, O nation not desired.
It says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. What nation is not desired?
The nation of Israel, sir.
The nation of Israel, and that's who?
So a tribe.
The 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? We are not desired. Right now, we are scattered, like the scripture says. We are scattered abroad. And we're scattered abroad to an extent to where, like, we don't have the love for each other like we're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's talking about loving, like, blacks and Hispanics are supposed to be just like blood brothers, like if they came out the same womb. Like Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were born out the same womb. But through our punishments and slavery, like we are scattered and we are severed from each other. Like there's a hate, between us. All right, like when you like especially like you can see it in California, or even like when you go to prison. Like when you go to prison, like again, you're an I.S.U.P.K, right? You know what I'm saying? We've been best friends since we've been growing up. Like if something happens where we both go to prison to the same prison, like we can no longer be friends. You got to go with the I.S.U.P.K. I got to go with the Judites. Like we can't hang in each other's cell no more. We can't do no business. We can't do nothing. I got to go with them. And you got to go with them. All right. But we've been best friends since we were little. We played together. We've been in each other's house, ate each other's food. But if we get incarcerated, all that changes. All right. When it says, "Oh nation not desire," like none of these other nations desire us, man. Like we are in the hoods, the barrios, and the reservations. Like no other nations, like pretty much live or experience the things that we experience. All right, no other nation experienced the Trail of Tears. No other nation experienced the transatlantic slave trade. No other nation experienced besides the Amalekites. No, they experienced 4 years of oppression. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And they swear up and down that that was the worst thing that ever happened to a group of people in life for 4 years. But us, it's been 400 plus a few different times. 400 years plus a few different times. Like we were slaves in Egypt for 400 plus years. We were slaves in Persia for I don't know the exact number, but hundreds of years. We were slaves in all these other captivities that's in the histories for hundreds of years, and even in the slavery leading up to now was 400 years. No other nations have been done like that. All right. Give me Leviticus 19 and 17, Baba Shah.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
All right, Slack. Give me read that again for me.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. So it says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." So you ain't supposed to hate your brother in your heart, which is your mind, no matter what he's done. You know, a lot of people hate Michael Jordan. A lot of people hate LeBron James. A lot of people hate Dak Prescott. A lot of people hate Floyd Mayweather right now for no damn reason. A lot of people hate people that wear blue. A lot of people hate people that wear red or black. Like I said, said before, like we can no longer be friends if we grew up together, but you ended up joining this gang, and I joined a different gang. We shouldn't hate our brother in our heart. Like it's so much violence now in our neighborhoods because of these things. Like these vices, these gangs, these cliques, these even fraternities, or even like whatever the city girls be doing. Like it's so much hate in that because we lack brotherhood and sisterhood. We lack the love for each other. It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him." All right. All right. Matter of fact, I just want to read that first part. Matthew 25 and verse 40.
You said Matthew 25, sir?
Con, in verse 40.
This is Matthew 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you.
It's like if I may, before we go to that scripture, give me 1 Corinthians 1 and 10.
One 10.
1 and 10.
This is 1 Corinthians 1:10. Now I plead to you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that all of you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that all of you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
What version are you reading?
King James, sir.
Because mine say a couple words. It says ye all. Does yours say ye all speak?
No, sir. It says King James version, but this is probably a different King James, sir.
You got to get the original King James out. But it says, now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you. We're supposed to speak the same thing. We're supposed to speak about the law, statutes, commandment. We're supposed to speak about loving each other, correcting each other. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that we're all righteous. Because one thing that happens, like, you know, when we're a nation and one messes up, you know what I'm saying, it affects the entire nation. It affects, you know what I'm saying, us pleasing the Most High. And you know that's written all through the Bible, where if one man sinned, you know what I'm saying, others pay for it. You know what I'm saying? One man, Adam, sinned, and we all paying for it now. The brother in Jeremiah that disobeyed the Most High, you know, by taking things from the heathen. 36 people died, plus his family. Like, we're supposed to speak the same things, man. We're supposed to live this life according to the scriptures, nothing else. This is our guide. It says that there be no division. So we shouldn't have cliques. We shouldn't have no division. Okay, well, we're gonna do it like this, or we're gonna do it like that. We shouldn't have no like type of competitions to where we divide each other. That was one of the things that, you know, like with these figs, these fake Israelite groups, they're causing division. You know, okay, well, we're gonna teach this like this, or we're gonna teach it like that. You know, well, they teach it like this, well, we're gonna teach it like this. No, it should be all the same thing. We should be all under one school. But what happens is people lack brotherhood. Or people want to be people covet things that other people have. People hold grudges. And they don't apply Matthew 18:15, which is, you know, go to he and he alone, and you express your grievance. No, you just hold grudges, and when you hold grudges, you just keep it silent, and then things build up and build up and build up and build up, and then one day you just spaz out on somebody, and they're like, man, where all this come from? Man, yeah, man, you did this, you did that. why you didn't tell me? I didn't know I offended you. But after 5 or 10 things that offended you and you said nothing about it, I don't know. So now that you done spazzed out, now I'm looking at you like, hey, you okay? Because now I'm thinking you got hostility towards me, so I'm going to defend myself. So that's why I'm talking to her like, what's wrong? What got into you? Oh man, you've been doing this since blah 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 blah. That offended you? Yeah, bro. Why you didn't say nothing then? That's why if anybody offends you, you're supposed to let them know one-on-one, like right then. Don't let it spill over. Oh no, I talk to him tomorrow. I talk to him next week. It's gonna roll into next year or 5 years from now. Man, I wanted to holler at that girl, man. But you stepped in and you know what I'm saying? And that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like little beefs over women. Y'all go to the club, you see this girl that you like, and you might not go talk to it as quickly as somebody else, and then they end up getting her, and now you hate. And y'all were trying to steal somebody's girl. Man, I didn't even know you liked her. Or you stepped on my foot in 2003, and you scuffed up my Jordans. Man, that was $200. I just bought them. My bad. I didn't know, bro. My bad. Like, you should have said something then. But holding grudges is another thing that sets us apart, separates us, man. Where we was at?
You said 1 Corinthians 1:10, but you said to go to Matthew, sir.
Matthew what? 25:40. Go ahead.
So which one do you want, sir, to lock in? Matthew or 1 Corinthians?
Did we finish 1 Corinthians?
It was just the first verse, sir. So,
Let me read it again.
can we read it again?
I just finished. Yeah, you did read it. But that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind, in the same judgment. So we're supposed to hold each other accountable with the same things. Shouldn't none of us want to, you know what I'm saying, see our brothers fall or see our brothers fall by the wayside. That's why when people when people leave the school here, man, like we don't bash them. We don't talk bad about them. And we hope they come back because that can be us one day. You know what I'm saying? That can be us that lead a school and lead a brotherhood and lead the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that we know when we leave all those things, that we know that the Lord is going to deal with that person. And sometimes it's to the point to where they lose their life. And we don't want none of our brothers losing their life, man. So that's why we pray that the Lord deals with them in a way that brings them back. You know what I'm saying? Because when he brings them back, that makes the brotherhood stronger. That makes the nation stronger. That makes somebody that went out there and made a mistake and come back. You know what I'm saying? They're more apt to help another brother that might be feeling the same way. You know what I'm saying? It might be a brother that, hey man, that's thinking about leaving the school or thinking about not serving the Lord no more. And then that brother can tell him firsthand, like, hey man, don't go back out there, because if you go back out there, you might not be as lucky as me. You know what I'm saying? When I went out there, man, I got hooked back on drugs again so hard to where I almost lost my life. You know what I'm saying? I got into it with some brothers and they almost took my life. It got so bad to where I lost my job, I lost this, I lost that, like I was under a bridge. Like to a point to where, you know what I'm saying, you may not be lucky. You know what I'm saying? The Lord saw fit to spare me and allow me to come back. But you don't want to take that chance, because some people, when they leave, like the Lord deals with them quickly to where, I mean, they just might lose their life. And just like the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? Like if, them demons come back, them demons coming back with 7 more spirits more wicked than the first time. So if you was just smoking weed, then you stop smoking weed and you join the truth, and then you leave the truth and start smoking the weed again, guess what? You're going to move to crack. Or you're going to move to heroin. You're going to move to drink. You're going to move to something that's going to destroy your life even more and your health. All right? Drop that. Give me that Matthew 25 and 40 Bible shot.
This is Matthew 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as all of you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, all of you have done it unto me.
So, what Christ is saying is, yeah, you treat the least person of one of my brethren, you treat them bad, you done it to me. Like I don't think nobody want to do anything bad to Christ. I don't think nobody would just want to, cause harm to him. But if you do something to the least person, if you did something to the least person, you done it to Christ. That's like a big brother thing, or that's like a family thing. That's like a big brother. That's like, what I'm saying? Like if you in school and you got a little brother that, somebody was picking on your little brother and he tell you at lunchtime, hey, such and such, they tried to beat me up and take my lunch money. You know what I'm saying? So, he told the big brother, so now you done took it personal because you act like they tried to take your lunch money. So guess what? After school, you're going to see whoever tried to harm your little brother. To the point to where Christ gave his life for us. That's like the ultimate sacrifice. That's ultimate brotherhood. So why can't we, band together in his honor, man? Because he did a lot for us. He went to bat for us. You know what I'm saying? And all the scriptures asks us to join together, man, and follow the Lord. That's it. You ain't got to give your life because Christ already gave for it. You just got to give your sinful life away. Stop doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That these other nations do, and just follow the scriptures, bro. That's it. Like I tell a lot of my friends in the world now, like I'm still the same person, man. I just don't sin no more. I follow the Lord. I'm the same. I'm gonna fire you up with jokes. I'm gonna do this. I'm the same person. I just don't sin no more. I don't smoke weed no more. I have me a drink or whatever, but I'm not gonna get drunk with you no more. I'm not gonna get high with you no more. But yeah, we can sit around kicking and talking like how we used to. We can get on whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's it on that.
Come on, sir.
And give it thanks to Commander General YAHANNA, you know what I'm saying, for that real talk that he did on World War III. Man, if you haven't seen it, definitely go to I think it's on the I.S.U.P.K headquarters page, man. Tune into that lecture, man. He went into some heavy things that are happening right now. You know what I'm saying? And once you see that lecture, man, it ought to remind you of the unity that we have to have. It ought to prompt you to like, oh man, we need to apply Zephaniah 2 and 1 now. We need to gather together again because it's that time. It's like the scriptures say, it's high time to wake up out of our sleep. I'm paraphrasing. All right. Give me Ephesians 4 and 26. I just might do a couple more and then we'll wrap it up. I got plenty of scriptures, but we just do a couple more.
What verse is it like?
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26.
Come. This is Ephesians 4:26. Be all of you angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
All right, so if you know what Matthew 18 and 15 says, you know what I'm saying, if somebody offends you, you go to he alone. All right, don't hold no grudges. Like don't try to come up and approach nobody in no crowd. All right. So like I like to use the scenario. Have you ever seen Menace in Society? Like in the opening part of the movie, you had Keynes was one of the main characters. You can't when he was young, his daddy had like a little party or whatever, played by Samuel Jackson. So Samuel Jackson, he charged up one of his friends about some money. And of course, when you charge up somebody about some money in public with somebody else watching, that automatically draws an aggressive response. So he said, "Yeah, you've been out of jail for a minute. Ain't about time you give me my money." Nobody wants to be seem like a roach or a bum or needed help like that. And you charging them up about some money in front of everybody. Everybody in there drinking and smoking and doing type of drugs, and you got my money yet? And he said, "I don't have you, man." "What you mean you ain't got my money? You better come on with my cash or else." So what that person gonna do? "Oh man, forget you, and I'm gonna pay you when I feel like it." And then the end result, Cain's father ended up unaliving that brother over a dispute over money, versus his father getting up and pulling him to the side like, "Hey man, I know you just got out of jail and everything. Things are, a little tough right now, but hey, you got that bread I gave you. So no, I don't have it yet, man. I'm working on some things and I'll get it to you on this date or whatever case may be." You done pull them to the side, and you done gotta understand it. Now y'all brothers again. Now, what I'm saying, there's no strife. But when you do stuff in public and people watch, like especially now, in today's time, them cameras coming out. So you charging up somebody, "Hey bro, blah, 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 blah." It's 100 cameras out and 1 million people watching these live videos. Like with T.I.'s son right now. I don't know what they were talking about. I just briefly watched them. They were talking, "Man, you've been living with a silver spoon in your mouth." Because I guess he's proven that he's hood and that he done grew up in the trenches or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But your father made it. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that you had a pretty decent life. You know what I'm saying? Versus your friends or the people that you hanging around or trying to prove yourself to. So now, it's a point to where like people are hating on him. They hate the fact that you're trying to be something that you're not. You're trying, "Oh yeah, I'm down, I'm hood, I'm gangster, I'm this, I'm that," but you didn't live how they lived, even though your father did. But I don't know the situations. I'm not going to continue to speak on it. But like that thing that's going on now with all those cameras in his face, of course you're going to be defensive. You're going to try to keep your integrity. You're going to try to hold yourself, upstanding. All right. Ephesians 4 and 26. Did we read it?
What?
That's what we were at next, right?
So we already read Ephesians 4:26.
Read it again.
Ephesians 4:26. Be all of you angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
It says, be all of you angry.
Sir, so like the probably they said on my sir.
Yeah, you get you a little King James. It's like it. It says, be ye angry and sin not. So, okay, it's you can be upset. You can be upset if something happens. And this goes with like with women too. Like you have the right to be mad, but don't let your anger prompt you to do something else. Prompt your actions to do something that's going to cause you to sin, or cause you not to be a brother, or not to be a sister. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be mad for a time, but other than that, I mean, go ahead.
So like I said, I think I got the right version now. Can I say it and see if it's the correct one?
Go ahead.
So like it, Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right. That's the right version.
Oh, so
No, sweet. So it says, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So if somebody made you mad, so this ties into Matthew 18 and 15. So if somebody, pissed you off or offended you or whatever, don't let the sun go down. So that means don't let the day pass before you make it known. You know what I'm saying? Because if you let the day pass, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna do nothing but it's all in your head. You can be like, man, he did this, man, he did this. Like it's gonna build up wrath in your head to where you're gonna want to do something violent. You know what I'm saying? Versus going to talk to that person. Like if they made you mad, like, hey man, hey, let me holler at you right quick. Because if you let the day pass, they may make you mad about 3-4 times that day, and then you let the day pass. Soon as you wake up and see them again, they're gonna make you mad again because you're gonna be thinking about the things that they did yesterday that you didn't address. And so when that happens, when you hold grudges like that, that's when you spaz out. That's when you start causing a sin. That's when you overreact. That's when misunderstandings happen. That's how you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody like they spreading lies about you, and then you get mad, or such and such made a diss track about you. Now y'all got a street beef. Now when I see you, it's on site. But you never talk to that person. You never talk to that man. You don't know what he was talking about in that song. Oh, such and such says this about you, or such and such said that about you. So now the next time you see that person, now is when I see that person, it's on site. All right. So it says, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So like go see what the deal is privately. Don't do it in front of no crowd because just think about in elementary school or middle school, in school period. You got a bunch of immature kids that can't wait to see some action. Because when something going down, what everybody's hollering, fight, 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 fight. Nowadays, it's like, oh, world, a couple years ago, world star, world star. Now you're on TikTok. What be the text? It was at this moment when he knew he messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Let me see. We can drop that and get Leviticus. No, Philippians 3 and 13.
This is Philippians 3:13. Brethren,
Slaki. Hold on. Yeah, you better read that.
Philippians 3:13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
All right. Let me get the definition of this word. It says, I count myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. So don't worry about past things. Don't hold grudges. That's why it says you forgive 70 times 7. So don't hold on to the things in the past. Like worry about, how we gonna regain our brotherhood or our friendship. Worry about how, what I'm saying, we're gonna regain this nation and build this nation back up. Because one thing that we like to, it's a generational curse. I've been doing this for so long, blah blah this and blah blah that. This is generational curse. Black people, we can't do this. We can't get along. We got to forget all about this stuff that happened to us before. We got to forget about somebody that, what I'm saying, like the past thing. Like let's try to worry about, regaining this nation. Let's try to gather ourselves together again, man. Let's try to unify. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord gonna handle our enemies. Let's not worry about none of that stuff. Let's try to unify, and band together so that when Christ come back, we can reign with him again. All right. I'm gonna pull one more scripture. I'm just gonna look at them and see which one I want. Give me Psalms 133 and verse 1.
This is Psalms 133 verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Right. So the scripture saying, like, how good is it? That's a lot. How good is it for brethren to dwell together in unity? It's lucky. All right. Read that for me again.
Psalms 133 verse 1. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
How good and pleasant it is for brethren to gather together in unity. That's what it says.
To dwell together in unity.
To dwell together in unity. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to Ecclesiasticus 25:1. Because how good is it? Shoot, it stands up beautiful with the Most High, before the Most High and men. You know what I'm saying? We just had a cookout this past weekend in Houston, down south cookout. And if you came, most times, shout out to all my brothers and sisters that came down here for that cookout, man. Because like we had a great time. Like it was supposed to rain all weekend, but the Lord saw fit for to hold back that rain. You know, it was a little cold outside, but you know, we put on our liquid jackets. You know what I'm saying? And we had a great time. You know what I'm saying? We had a live band out there and everything. You know what I'm saying? Some of the community came out, and we had a great time. A unity of brethren and sistering. Sistering, that's not even a word, but I just made it a word right then. But we came together as a family, as a nation, man, with no strife, no beef, no fights, nothing. That's still beautiful with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like just like how like family reunions. It's good to go to family reunions because you learn about the history of your family. You start meeting your cousins and all type of things. The only thing that's bad is celebrating pagan holidays like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, and all these other things. That's the bad part. But the unity of brethren, being on one accord, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, that is a beautiful thing with the Most High. All right? We got to band together, like we got to be a band of brothers. All right? Like a band of brothers, that was a military movie I just took the title from. But those band of brothers, like they were really willing to fight and die for each other. They were on the same accord, trying, willing to, they was all together to accomplish a mission. All right. They knew that one indifference or one strife in between them would separate that band, and they will all be unaligned. All right. So that's one thing that we have to do as a nation is to band together, man. We have to put those differences aside, man. And we got to follow the law, statutes, commandments. We got to apply Matthew 18:15. We got to apply loving your brother, which is action, holding them accountable for things. We got to apply these scriptures, apply our law, the Most High's law, to our lives again. And that way we will never be severed again, because by that time, Christ will come back and we rule in this earth with him. All right, with that, pay your tithes to the men of the Lord, I.S.U.P.K.com. We have another feast day coming up in a week or two. You know what I'm saying? Shout out again to all the sisters that came down from other zones to help with this cookout. And that's another thing that I want to say, to these to the sisters that came down and helped, chop onions and make marinades and peel potatoes. They didn't have to do this because the cookout was for them. They came from out of town ready to work. And I commend them sisters, and their husbands. You know what I'm saying? And that's what coming together. That was one of the three things that beautified with the Lord, coming together. You know what I'm saying? The unity of brethren. They knew that we had a lot of food to cook, and they came down here and was willing to help chop whatever, make biscuits, make eggs, fry chicken, fry fish. Like that's what they came down here to do. And at the end of the day, we had an excellent cookout. And if you didn't come, so like you missed some of the best Jamaican food, the best Haitian food, you missed one of the best brunches, the best lecture of the year by Commanding General YAHANNA. It's lucky for making y'all feel bad for not making it down here, but you know what I'm saying? We had a great time. All right, with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer YAHANNA for the security announcement.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves for the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has a particular interest in a person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Which means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, non-mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of Dedication, YAHANNA, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, Thursday, December 7th, 2023, for 8 days. Book of 1st Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. These are the security announcements.
All right, with that, imagine which means to stand. We have a courteous salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, YAHANNA, Yajimata, Saul, face the sisters, sisters stand. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, YAHANNA, Yajimata, dismissed.